Alright guys, welcome to lecture 2. So in this lecture I will teach you how to modify certain shapes and lines. So I'm going to use an example of drafting a door in a plan view. So for a door, there are three main items that you need to indicate in plan view. So these three items is the door frame, the door leaf, and of course you have to indicate the opening direction as well. So we just use a standard door size, which is the height 2100 millimeters and the width is 900 millimeters. So please notice that the width of this door is taken from end to end of the frame. So I had write down the steps, so we just follow one by one. Okay, so I'm going to use another color. Okay, and then let's do the first step first. Okay, so draw the door frame using rectangle. So we are using a standard door frame size, which is 50 mm. And the width of the door frame is equal to the size of a brick wall. So 50 times 140 mm, and please use this command. Okay, so let me try. REC space, okay, and then click first, and then type D space 50 space 140 mm space, and then click. So now you have the door frame. So let's just move it, or you just click this one. Moving on to the next step. So now we have one door frame of the size that we want. Now let's indicate the opening direction. So for opening direction, use circle. So you can just click here, or you can just use command. So use circle, the radius to be the size of a door leaf. Because if you notice from this one, total size of this door is 900 mm. So for the door leaf, you need to minus the door frame, which is 50 on the left side, and on the right side also 50. So 900 minus 2 door frame left and right, which is equal to 100 mm. So the radius, so the size of the door leaf is 800 mm. Okay, so use the circle command. It's either you click over here or you just type C space. So click right side of this door frame and snap at the middle point, so you get the triangle. Click and then insert 800 mm and then space, so you get this opening direction. So moving on to third steps, which is copy another door frame. So when you have this circle, we will now know that the other door frame will be over here. So it's either you just copy this one, copy, and then you snap on the left side middle point. Okay, so you put at the tangent, make sure it's a straight line so that we can have an accurate positioning. So just press F8 and put it at the tangent of the circle. Once you're done, click escape. Right, so now you see this is the door frame on the right side. Okay, so that is step number 3. Okay, step number 4, create the door leaf using rectangle. So the door leaf size, we use 40 mm, that's the thickness of the door leaf, and the size is 800 mm. So we can use rectangle command. So type REC space, click right side of the door frame and snap at middle point. Click, okay, and then D, okay, just follow this one, D space 40 space 800 space, and then you see it's moving left and right, so I click. I just want to make sure that my door lift is on the right side, not the left side. See? So if I click on the left side, my door will be overlapped. So if I move to the right side, my door will be just nice. So click on the right side. So now steps number 4 is done. Now we need to trim this circle. Okay, let me move this one to step number 5 so it's easy for you to take a look. Okay, now we don't want this side of the lines, so we need to trim. So in order to trim, you need to indicate, or you need to determine the boundary, right? So to trim the door direction, you can say the trim function is over here. Just click or just type trim. Okay, click at the door lift and also the right frame. Okay, and then remember this one, space. Okay, and then you see if I move my cursor here, this line will become gray. So that means it will delete this portion. If you move it to here, it will delete this portion. But we want this portion and we want to delete this portion. So click at this one. Alright? So once you're done, just click escape button. Alright, now moving on to the last step, step number 6. Okay, so this is straight lines. I want to change this line as hidden lines because it's just an indication lines. It's not a construction lines. Okay, so for these steps, okay, I move this one here. So for this step, you need to load line type first. Okay, so because we just have continuous line and there are many other lines in AutoCAD, but you need to load in the library first. So there are 2 techniques. The first one is that you must make sure that you click at the home button. Okay, and at this area, this one, this symbol, you click the drop down button. So mine is over here, yours might be not appear here yet. So you click other and you click load and you scroll until you find the hidden lines. So you see there are lots of lines, different types of line in AutoCAD. So we use hidden line. Okay, because mine is in the library already. So once it appear here, you click OK. So that is technique by clicking at the ribbon bar. The second technique is you can just type line type. Okay, space, and the same steps like technique number 1. Okay, so now you have load in here, but notice that if I click at this line and if I change the hidden lines, nothing changes over here. Or you can see that it's too small. If you zoom out, you can't even see the lines. So what you can do is that we change it in the properties table. Okay, so I need to make the properties table appear. So just type properties, click, and then this properties over here, it makes it easier to change line type and line scale. So you click at this line and you change the line type into hidden lines. So this one is correct, and line type scale you try and error. 50, enter. Okay, maybe it's too small. I mean, it's too big. It's not proportionate, so try 25. Okay, I think 25 is just nice. And then click escape. Right, so now your door is done. Okay, so that one is for single door lift. If you want it to be another type of door lift, which is double door lift, what you can do is just a very simple step using copy and mirror command. So you can just highlight this one. Okay, in order to highlight this item altogether, you just click and release your button. Okay, don't click and hold. If you click and hold, it will become like this. But if you click and you release the mouse button, and then you click again, and then you copy, right, and then move to this side, and then escape, and then again select this one and mirror this one, so like that. Erase source object and click no. Okay, and then you can delete this one. Okay, and then you get the double door lift. I repeat again. Okay, once you copy this door, you can select these items without this door lift, and then you click the mirror, and then you take this one because we want it to be the axis over here. Okay, and then just drag, okay, and then click, and then erase source object. No need to erase. Type N space, and this one you can delete. Alright, but it won't be 1800, because if you want it to be 1800, then you should calculate the size of the door lift first. So this is just a simple copying double lift door. If dimension is not necessary, then you just do a simple, you see, it becomes 1700, because the positioning of your frame is very important. So if you want to get a certain numbers or a certain dimension of door lift, then you have to calculate based on the formula that I give you. Okay, so that's all for lecture number 2. I hope you can try and do the door lift the way I teach you, and if you have any problems, just make sure to ask the question during the tutorial session. Thank you.